Hello and welcome. This is my 2017 Nishiki Maricopa road bike. I bought it in 2018 from Dick's Sporting Goods, marked down from $699 to $299. I didn't ask why, I just bought it. I had been riding a 1980 Univega Nuovo Sport 10-speed that I bought for $200 in 2000, rode once, and put it away. When I took up cycling in earnest in 2017, I quickly, and I do mean quickly, discovered that the Univega was one size too small, as my knees kept hitting my elbows when I was riding in the drops. So I spent that season riding on the flats and the hoods. Then I found the Maricopa the following spring, and let me tell you, this is easily the best $300 I have spent on a bike. However, as the saying goes, all good things come to an end. I recently bought a Trek Domane AL3 road bike, and honestly, I really don't see myself riding Big Red much anymore. So, I guess it's time to say goodbye and thin the herd. Which is to say, this is a last look before I sell the bike. First, I want to say how much I like the way this bike looks. Seriously, I love a red bike. So this two-tone matte red color set really pushes my instant gratification buttons. And I think the white branding contrasts really nicely and creates what I kind of think of in my mind as a classic or neoclassic look. I also really like the way the bike rides, and I've put well over 1,500 trouble-free miles on it over the past 4 years. And this bike is surprisingly well equipped for its price point, let alone the $300 that I paid for it. The bike came with an unbranded 44 centimeter compact drop handlebar, attached with an unbranded stem which looks to be about 90 millimeters long. And although the stem is unbranded, it has torque settings for the front cap and the stem clamp, which I think is kind of a nice touch. The drivetrain consists of a Shimano Claris 3x8 setup. And I want to add, sort of as an aside here, that this was my first experience with Shimano STI road shifters. So that was fun. Anyway, up front, the shifters are Claris, and they include these gear indicator windows, and that is a feature I frankly wish that my Domane's Sora shifters had. The derailleurs are Claris, front and rear, and they have worked flawlessly all the time I've had this bike. The only thing I ever had to do was to adjust the indexing after the first couple of months, but that's something that every new bike needs once the cables stretch out a little bit. And the crankset is an FSA Tempo modular unit, which surprised me at the time. I figured it would be stamped and riveted. And it has a 50, 36, 22 tooth chainring setup. And I really like that 22 tooth small chainring for climbing. The wheels are Nishiki branded, double alloy 700Cs with unbranded hubs. Now these wheels are just about as smoothly operating as I could ask for. The tires are Kenda Contendas. They're in 26 millimeter width, and they roll really nicely, and they are reasonably priced, and I like them. Between the wheels and tires, though, I will say this bike will coast forever. It will just run like a champ on a descent. Speaking of descents, the brakes, front and rear, are unbranded dual pivots. Although unbranded, they are exceptionally good rim brakes. Not once did I feel they were not performing well. And a couple of years ago, when I put new brake pads on them, they were even better. The only changes that I made besides wear items like the brake pads and a chain were the addition of Look Keo Sprint clipless pedals, a Shimano Claris 11 to 34 tooth 8-speed cassette, which was an upgrade from the stock Shimano 11 to 25 8-speed cassette. I mean, in this day and age, a 25-speed low gear, good golly. What else? Oh, and I also installed a Cell San Marco Aspide carbon fiber saddle. And I will say that with that saddle, you definitely need a set of shorts with a chamois in it. That said, I could ride all day in that setup. It's a great saddle. So, will I miss this bike? Probably. But let's face facts. I have plenty of bikes. Probably too many if I'm being honest. I know, we cyclists like to joke about N+1. But there's a practical aspect to this that approaches hoarding, unless you are a bona fide collector. Which I'm not. Thus, this and a few others in my stable will be rehomed. But I do not doubt for a single moment that whoever buys this bike will enjoy it every bit as much as I have. If you enjoyed this video, there's a playlist for the Maricopa lower left. There's also a link to another video that I think you will enjoy lower right. And as always, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate that. Goodbye and have a great day.